All right, welcome back to beginner roadmap. Right, it's the artwod beginner roadmap. Single rounding, still doing single rounding, and I'm going to try and make hinges and pivots. I think that's a good thing to try to begin to design now. So I'm going to try to make hinges and pivots out of that. And yeah, so let's do something like just thinking out loud. I'm thinking out loud. The fuck? Am I thinking out loud? Who knows? Okay, let me do something like this. Right. And then we can have something like and if we were to center it, possibly come down like here. Go this way as well. Again, I'm just trying to figure things out, so don't mind me. Actually, do mind me. Watch my videos. Wait, shit, I forgot to beg for likes in the beginning. So yes, please like, subscribe, you fucking moron. Remember to do that shit, because apparently it works when I beg for that. Okay, so if I want this to be a pivot, I can literally just do maybe something like wait. I'm just trying to figure things out. Maybe it can be from this side, right? And it's like a handle that's maybe let me close this for a second and do that. I know the perspective's a bit fucky. Does that work? I think I fucked it up a little. A little, I say. But then maybe we can have just a little handle, right? And that can be the pivot. That's fucking rotating it. I don't know, bro. I'm still trying to figure things out, and this is way too crowded here. So that's on me. And now I want to have a hinge. So and I want to have it hinging. Why don't we have a hinge this way? I was originally gonna do it this way, but maybe I could do it both ways. But for that, we'd need something like just trying to think. I'm trying to make a hinge-like thing, right? So Shit. I fucked that up. But maybe I can still make it. Like that? I don't know, bro. Maybe I can refine it on the other side. Oh, fucking hard, man. Super hard. Okay, so hinge. Okay, we have something like this. I think this is what I was trying to do, right? That's a hinge, right? Fuck. But now it's overextended. Like so. That's way too overextended. Well, let me rest my brain. Let's try another shape over here. Good though. That's good. I get to practice this. I'm laughing, but I'm dying on the inside. But yeah, this shit's pretty difficult. I mean, anything to do with rounding and hinges. Okay, well, I guess I can try to explain it out loud, right? So the most basic form of a pivot, well, technically something like this can be a pivot, right? So if I were to do something like yeah, if I were to do something, and there's, let's say there's a cylinder attachment, like so. And then it falls through. Well, this is actually a hinge. Yeah, fuck. I'm like, I'll do a pivot, and I did a hinge instead. Kind of fucked up the perspective too. This just looks like a wonky dumbbell. I guess what I was trying to do, maybe something like this. Well, hinge, okay, from what I know, a hinge is the way it's explained. It's just something that's sort of, it has a certain range of motion, right? And perhaps this isn't the best, this is probably not the roadmap to practice hinges, maybe, right? Maybe I should just focus on practicing this during the the cute bots workout, right? Maybe I should just do hinge-like apparatuses instead of just focusing purely on making a hinge. Because a hinge kind of, there's attachments, right? And then there's something that comes out and it can only go in a specific range, like a direction. And then a pivot is something is attached to a cylindrical object and it's kind of, it can go all around that object, right? And then ball and joint is like there's ball and then it's only within the range. Fucking, I'm doing a horrible job explaining all of this. This is more so me just thinking out loud. So let's just honestly focus on just creating something with rounded shapes, right? Maybe this isn't even what Antonio intended in terms of practice, but here I am. So this is the main thing. I think artwod should definitely have a design roadmap of sorts, because that would make things a lot more yeah, that would make things a lot more like accessible in terms of understanding design. Right, like I want to understand design. I want to understand what makes a pleasing shape, the thought processes behind that. They do have a classroom on it, but the classrooms are very long and extensive, and if we're trying to follow their new learning path, which is primarily based on just being able to just do the work and to like have shorter lessons, it would make sense to have an roadmap sort of approach to it, right? Don't really know what I'm doing with this over here, but maybe it can become something. Right now it's just a bit off perspective, it doesn't really make much sense. But yeah, I'm just thinking out loud. Again, we're trying to figure out what shapes we can make based off of this, right? Actually, wait. And this is difficult because I'm trying to visualize what it would look like as well. So obviously there's going to be some, I say minor, but it's definitely not minor inconsistencies. But let's see, maybe I did something there that is working out better than whatever I'm doing here, right? Because if I just do this, does that make sense? Who knows? Who knows? I guess I'm just warming up, right? It's gonna be a bit awkward right now. I'll leave this shape as it is. These are all kind of awkward. I thought I'd be able to carry on this mojo jojo, but evidently not so. But anyways, let me actually rest my brain. Okay, I think I have an idea of what I can do next, which should be something like this, and then something like that. Triangular shapes seem to be pretty good practice for rounding, because it's sort of I think we see it in hard surface objects everywhere, so that's why they seem to work, I think. Okay, and then we can keep bringing this down over here. Same with sort of cutouts, right? Okay, see, that was off perspective a little. Looks a bit wonky, but perhaps it can be salvaged. I'm trying to think. I do understand perspective a bit more. Same thing here. Symmetry, I think, is also a part of making things equal, right? Again, but this really does fuck with it. If I just do something like this. It does technically make it a bit more even. But now this just looks weird. But perhaps we can do something like okay, that's a bit more of a hard edge. Is this going to make sense? About to find out. Something like right there. Let's see. Okay, I think maybe I may have managed to make it look somewhat legit. Let's see. That's part of this here. This is diverging, actually, that's the issue, slightly. And this is too thin. Like, this is maybe too thick, I've added here. But I could just inform the contour line like so. Right? Maybe that makes more sense, maybe not. Okay, let's just leave this as is though, right? Just lots of single rounding practice, which is good. I don't know how the fuck I did these, but I guess that's just how it is. Let's try thinking of other stuff. So I think intersections was also another thing I was doing. That might also have been what helped it seem more legit, right? Maybe if this is what it's like over here. I made a mistake. It was supposed to go further out. So now it looks like it's hanging off that. Damn, this is difficult. Something like this, maybe? Right, and we have maybe there's like a bend. Trying to make sense of all this. It doesn't have to make sense, I don't think, but actually this is already all pretty wonky perspective wise. Let's stop here. I don't know, some days I guess it's just more difficult to have that come about, right? I'm having a lot of trouble visualizing, to be honest. But again, I don't really know what to visualize, right? Just gotta get my mojo. Okay, because if we have a square plane, right? If we're gonna do an orthographic view, we can kind of just pick and choose where we want to round. So this can end up becoming like this, right? Antonio sort of does this example where he creates a more triangular hard surface form, right, like that. I'm just wondering if that can be taken a bit further. So clearly, that looks pretty interesting, right? And then where can we go from here? Something like that, perhaps. Right, I feel as if cylinders are a great way to indicate hard surface and to really think about that stuff. But what else can be done? Maybe it should be something a bit more complicated, although I feel as if this is a bit off. It should be coming down more there. Right, and then it goes down like that, comes back up, like so. Yeah, this could be something hard surfacey, or this time sort of cuts out. Right, main thing is, the most difficult thing is just keeping the proportions in check. And that's where thinking about the box constantly comes into place, right? Probably doesn't make much sense right now, but hopefully it will after this. And that. I have fucked something up somewhere, but I'm unsure where. Okay, so that's fine. That does seem to make sense. Then where is the issue? Okay, like this is going in over here. Oh, I think it's just the fact that maybe something like that. There you go. Ah, yeah, I was just missing this top half. Had the bottom half down. Okay, cool. That's not bad. And then we can, again, I think design involves, again, like this is really bad in terms of line art, right? And it's not the most consistent either, right? I should have stopped here. I went over here. So that's why this looks wonky, because that's misaligned pretty harshly, right? Should have been more like this. Continued on this way, but that's okay. Same, like a lot of these lines are very misaligned, but that's how you learn, right? And I gotta keep the box in mind every time I do this. Of course, that's the most fun part, in my opinion, is just keeping that damn dare box in mind. Okay, and then we have this is a bit too thick, but I'm trying to think. So it'd be like this. I think that's definitely fucking incorrect. Yeah, that is super off. Should have been more like, oh, because this is converging really fast. There you go. Should have been more like this. Okay, let me just pause, because clearly that hurt my brain, which is good. And let me rest my brain, and then what the fuck am I trying to say? Resume. Yeah, just resume. There's no word beyond that. I think the main thing when it comes to designing, like while I was resting my brain, is to take inspiration from real life. Right? For example, let's see. and basically take inspiration from the pen that's right, one of these pens. Fuck. Literally like this. Right, I'm just taking inspiration from that sort of shape language. And this is actually funny enough, this is rounded as well. You can see, right? This is literally rounded. So it's all around us. No pun intended. Fuck. But I think maybe that is a good way to go about it. Right? Super simple too. See, that's like a bit off center, but that's how you learn. Something like that. Well, we can leave that as it is, but that's the point I'm trying to make to myself, is hopefully inspiration from real life will translate over to like an actual application, right? Same thing with, okay, let me try this now. Something like that. So it's rounded, right? And maybe something like this, right? I don't know. It kind of just, like, I'm just trying to make similar shapes. This specific section is part of my iPad holder, right? This I just kind of made up, and that's why I look shit. So again, just trying to make attachments, right? And maybe this is also kind of rounded, and I can try attempting something like this again, where I it's converging a bit too fast. Yeah, fuck that up, see? See, that angle is pretty difficult. Like, doing this is pretty difficult in and of itself. So I also have to keep the box in mind while I do this, which is also very hard. something like that. Yeah, multiple rounding. Again, I don't know where the spark from these went because these look pretty cool. But I'm actually really having trouble visualizing today. I mean, really having trouble visualizing today. So, and it's what, already been half an hour, right? But it's okay because I'm just enjoying trying to. Actually, maybe what is fucking me right now is I'm expecting too much from a result, and that's funny too, right? You don't draw for a couple days and you go back to prior habits of just always thinking about the result rather than enjoying the process. That's clearly what the problem is, right? Not really focused on just experimenting, right? Fuck, is that a stapler? I guess. See, yeah, this is already so much cooler because I'm literally just thinking about experimentation, nothing about anything else. Okay, interesting. Yeah, 100% that's what it was. I was too focused. That's hilarious. The second you stop focusing on trying to make something and you just focus on the act of making, my mind is already coming up with random ass ideas to just throw in and see where it goes. That is fucking hilarious. What? See what you fucking that's amazing. All right, if anybody ever made this far, please just focus on the act of making. You can see how what an quote unquote more interesting shape this is, purely just from me kind of dicking around and just yeah trying to find out what I can do. Right. Obviously, I'm still thinking about the perspective and everything, but that's hilarious, hilarious, as some might say. But I would say hilarious because I'm not a fucking idiot. But let's see. Okay, cool. And then yeah, we can do something like that. Do something like that. This is off perspective for sure. Actually, should be more like this way. And this one should be further out because right now it's a bit crooked. Okay, I'll leave that one as it is. But yeah, let me rest my brain. But see, once you just kind of focus on the process, what process do I need to focus on? Visualizing the grid, keeping everything in a box, and just having fun. That's really it. Right? And just thinking as hard as I can, trying to think ahead, at least by a couple shapes at a time. But yeah, just gonna rest my brain now. But yeah, guys, holy shit! Once you just focus on the process, what a difference it can make. All I need to think about is the box now at this point, like what angle the box should go into. We're doing a lot of these. Why don't we try something like this? Okay. Bit of a mistake there. If I just elongate it, you won't even be able to tell. And then, let's see, what is my mind randomly thinking? And then what else? It's already a bit off perspective, but perhaps it can be salvaged through some genius. Perhaps that was a bit inaccurate, right? But that's okay. Tried to do some rounding there, didn't work out, but that's fine. Because then we can continue onwards and make a another triangle of sorts, I guess, right? You can just say this was an attachment, like so, right? Okay, and then what else? What else can I do here? Right, something like that. I don't know. I'm just trying to figure things out. And actually, like, just having fun and figuring things out is making such a huge difference, right? Obviously, I made an error there. I can just slightly rectify that, right? We can even perhaps it's like random rounded shape there. And when all else fails, we just round again. The bottom. The fuck, is that a hair? Is that my hair? Jesus. Still made a lot of perspective errors, to be honest, especially exacerbated by this one. It's difficult to keep an entire box in mind while you draw, so I'm going to keep trying to do that. I have, what, 15 minutes left, roughly, to continue to attempt to do this. But yeah, I mean, now I'm having fun again because I'm just focused on curiosity, curiosity and having fun, all that shit. So I'm going to rest my brain. Okay, 15 minutes to roughly fill up the rest of the page, right? It's not the goal, but it's likely gonna happen. Again, if we just have like a small thing right here, right? Really focus on just the box that it's encompassed in. See, that's difficult, keeping the box in mind as you draw. Actually very hard. This is just like little practices I'm doing just to keep a box or whatever in mind while I practice. But this is how we create complex shapes, right? When we just keep the box in mind, I believe. See? Something like that. It's probably hard to see, but I'm really just trying to keep that box in mind. And you're gonna hear me say that a lot. And that's the thing, right? The more I tell myself, the more I do it as well, which is honestly a nice little. Is that even a hack, or is that just a nice way to go about it. Right, this is starting to create interesting shapes. We can tell this. Okay, well, like what's it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. This is when I just was so focused on trying to create something, versus, and this one, right? Versus this one, and kind of like just these little tidbits, which, in my opinion, are just more interesting, more curious, right? More fun. But maybe that's a biased view, right? Very well could be. But again, I have a lot more fun with these. See, just adding that's also something as well. Now, where does this? Just slightly. There you go. See the back of that. Let's do some more. I think I'm getting better at rounding sort of more what's it called? Unorthodox shapes, right? Like, for example, doing something like right. Again, keeping that box in mind is really helping. So I can do something like this. Well, I did fuck it up a little, which you can't not expect from me. Actually, I fucked it up a decent amount, but that was fun. I actually had fun with that. And see, like, I'm kind of trying to push the boundaries a little bit. So same thing here, right? Where already something like that is kind of rounded in a more quote-unquote interesting manner. And again, I always have to think about the grid and how it's lining up, right? It's not gonna be perfect, but see? This is this contour, I guess. And this one is going to come out so. Well, this is lower, so I actually got to think about the space in relation to this. go. Actually rises, maybe? Maybe that doesn't make too much sense. But how much time do I have left? 5 minutes? Somehow? What the fuck? Alright. Yeah, I'm having a lot more fun now, so that's what I'm happy about, honestly, more than anything. It's just that I'm actually working my brain again, having fun, enjoying what I make, right? That's the backbone. These are all coming out to be pretty cool, I think. It's a bit off perspective. I'm just gonna keep thinking about the box. That's okay. It's not too bad. It's good practice though. I think what I should have done moving forward is actually try to keep them all in the same scenery, but evidently I tend to forget a lot. Like I tend to forget a lot when it comes to what I want to do, but that's fine. I think it's to err is to be human, or is to hair to human. To hair to human? No, to err to human. Fucking sound like Caesar from Planet of the Apes. Apes together, strong. That's okay. Strong. Whatever. Let me rest my brain. I think I have a pretty cool idea in mind. And we'll finish it off with this for this page. I'm sure I could do more here, but we'll just finish it off with this. So we'll do kind of fucked it up already, but just gonna ignore this line. I didn't mean to do that line. It's kind of what I had in mind. I accidentally did not think ahead. That happens. there, and then it comes back up. Like so. Tried to think about the perspective as much as I could. Fucked up the alignment there, but yeah, there's a lot of cool things you can make with rounded shapes. Okay, it's been an hour. Fuck it, I'll do one more down here. Right, that spot's looking a bit too empty. Yeah, there's a lot of shit you can do with rounded shapes. Oh, or rounded corners. Single rounding, specifically, is what I'm trying to say. So, let's see if this is the box that I have. You can do something like... Wait, is that necessary? No, but I did it. It is very difficult to keep the perspective in mind, by the way. Like, very difficult to keep the entire box in mind, I guess. That's what I'm trying to say. But you see, you can make quite the interesting shapes just from this. Right, that's like an attachment, perhaps, right? This could literally be like a soda machine, who fucking knows? You know? For shits and giggles, just add cylinders. Oh, I'll do one more. This is just too fun, right? I'm really happy I started this channel. Like, when I look at this, right? Oh wow, create something more intensive, and then everything went to shit, and then I had to refine my process again, right? This is again the ugly part of art. Fucking people who actually listen to me, surprisingly, are gonna get very tired of me saying the same shit. But I hope it actually serves as a reminder as to why we draw, right? We draw because we chase the mistakes, right? The learning journey of it all, right? And I've, through this, had, if there's one thing I can say with confidence, I've made a lot more quote unquote interesting rounded, single rounded shapes, for sure, right? Kind of had it here, lost it, and then gained it again. And when did I only ever have it? When I was focusing on the process, right? That's just the fact. So yeah, I hope that inspires all of you to give me money. What can I do here? Just have like a cylinder be here, right? Or a cone. Let's see. In perspective. Still working on it, obviously, but it's just a lot more fun. When I feel as if I just have creative liberty over the shapes that I see, right? We just keep stacking it. Kind of lost it at the end there, but I was just trying something new, right? I'm gonna rest my brain one more time. Let's just fill out this space over here, and maybe this space over here, and then we'll call it a day. Great fucking drawing session. Really grinding my brain. That's what I always try to go for. Is always try to work my brain as much as possible. And honestly, every time I draw, I feel as if I haven't worked it enough. But I feel as if that feeling of wanting more maybe is part of the process as well, right? I'm as new to this as any of you. Yeah, it's fucking hilarious how my friends don't seem to understand. I guess it's just they're not artists. They don't understand the importance. But it's kind of fucking obvious too. Like they can't fucking speak clearly every fucking time, bro. Every time I think I'm getting better at speaking and being more articulate, the autism comes back in full force. But no, my friends just don't understand the importance of fundamentals, right? They just don't. They like my I drew something very nice. I think I literally said this 2 days ago, where yeah, I drew something nice, and they almost couldn't seem to understand that I drew that very nice thing because I showed them a picture of the lion turtle. Like I drew that from Avatar, right? I don't know if I have that picture anywhere, right? Maybe I can pull it up. Whatever. One day I'll go through all my referenced drawings, right? Because I've obviously made more since my intro video. But yeah, they just don't seem to understand that I was able to draw that because of all this practice and not the other way around, right? They're like, my friend was like, if you made more of this, we'd watch your videos, haha. First of all, I told him to suck my dick. But second, after he was done sucking, I said, brother, it's because I do all this that I'm able to draw from reference pretty decently. I don't know. People are just fucking retarded. My friends specifically are a special breed. But ooh, I feel as if I could do something pretty nice here. There you go. And of course, this one comes down there. Obviously struggle with proportion, so this ended up becoming a bit too thin. That's something. And I did lose a little bit here, but it's okay. Yeah, this was a bit lost in translation. And it's already been an hour and 10 minutes. Let me just do something small here. Again, just keep pushing the perspective, right? It feels as if this type of design is very common in hard surface. So we just got pushing it right. It's a bit off, but yeah, something like that, I guess. All right, cool. Well, I had a lot of fun, and honestly, I'm really happy that I went through the struggle that I did. It's obviously always very extremely uncomfortable to almost feel as if you're going a few steps backward, right? But I think the beauty is in discovering why that happens and reminding yourself and then pushing forward again. And I feel as if I managed to do that to a relative degree. Definitely worked my brain, definitely tried my best, right? I always try my best. It's just today I think my best is lesser, if that makes sense, than other days' best. But I'm always giving 100% of whatever percent I actually am capable of outputting, right? It's like give 100%, even if you can only do like 20% one day, give 100% of that 20%. So I'm getting tired of saying the percent, the fucking word percent over and over. So yes, oh yeah, begging for likes and subscribers. Please, 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 if you've gotten this far, like or subscribe, right? All right, Jesus Christ, what was that? All right, goddamn fucking pussy ass voice crack. But with that being said, as always, fuck you for watching. Please give me likes, money, all that shit, and I'll do it properly this time. I'm in a rush because I really want to eat. I'm extremely hungry. I think my food's done. So let me slow down. We have to be present. As always, fuck you for watching. Keep drawing, and please, give me money.